Okay. So what I'm going to do right now, let me break and just ask if anybody has any questions on this invitation process. And I know I just kind of threw it out there and over the course of 25 minutes, but do you understand where we're coming from here with the importance of inviting and really asking a lot of questions of people before you start offering solutions? Don't just try to sell products without getting to know people. So if you have a question or anything like that, raise your hand. Or if there's anything you want to add, any of the coaches that are, rocking their challenge groups, if you have anything you want to add, go for it. So over to you. No? Oh, good. We got a couple. All right, here we go. Iris, let me unmute you. Okay, Iris, you're unmuted.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Hey, Don. Actually, I just wanted to comment on something that happened with one of my customers. And she's actually a patient of mine at the office. I'm a dental hygienist. And I had seen her son the week before, and he's been doing CrossFit and has lost over 50 pounds.
Wow.
When he walked into the waiting room, I went to see if my next patient was there, and I just saw some teenagers sitting there, and I walked away, and then I said, wait a minute, let me go check again, and it happened to be my patient. He looks like a teenager now. Anyways, when his mom came in, we were talking about it, and then I just started talking to her about me becoming a fitness coach, and I told her that I was currently doing the 21-day fix. And she started asking me questions about it, and she's like, oh, that sounds interesting. I ended up giving her the website for the Beachbody Coach page, and I also gave her my fitness page on Facebook. Next thing I know, she ordered the pack.
Yep.
But she didn't want to do Shakeology because she had just currently bought a lot of different shakes that she wanted to use up first.
Yep.
Anyways, I've been emailing her, but she's not very good at getting back in touch with me. And then when she finally emailed me, she said she had already received the 21-day fix kit, and she had started doing this on her own. She did 2 days of exercise, and she felt that it was too much for her, and she wasn't going to do it anymore. And she just kind of said, "Thank you for sharing your success story with me," and that was pretty much it.
Okay.
And I've been trying to reach out to her. I told her, I even offered to meet with her at the office and go over some of these exercises that she's concerned about to teach her, modifications or maybe something different that she can do so that at least she's moving for those 60 seconds in the video. But, she just said, oh, it's okay. Thank you very much for helping me out. I'm just going to go back to eating 1,200 calories a day. That's worked for me before.
Okay.
So, what do you do with someone like that? I feel bad. She purchased the kit, and I wanted to help her through this, but she's not really communicating with me.
And the messaging that you sent her, the emails that she didn't reply to and so forth, was there, the big thing to get across is it's great that she bought the program, but, to send out to her, don't start the program yet. Send out, look, part of my job as a fitness coach is to be your coach in this thing. This is not meant for you to buy a product and do it on your own. Part of my job is to help coach you through your success in completing the program, because the program can be a bit challenging if you're trying to do this on your own. Your job as a fitness coach is to utilize these fantastic guides that come with the program to help her start off successfully and follow that path for 21 days. So it's just getting that message to her in a way that she goes, oh, I didn't know that.
Well, that was kind of one of the things that I had said to her in one of the emails was I was telling her, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. So, use me and allow me, to help you work through this.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to do it on your own. And then, her last email, she's like, oh, it's okay. Thank you so much for wanting to help me. And that was pretty much it. And she hasn't responded to my emails after that.
Do you know her well personally, Iris?
I mean, I've probably seen her about 3 times in the office.
Okay.
I don't have a personal. I know her sister a lot better than I know her.
Yep. I would suggest, at this point, maybe making a phone call to her again, just to say, hey, I just really feel bad. I'm concerned over the fact that you invested in this program, but obviously something didn't work out. And I really want to know, what is it that's preventing you from wanting to move forward? Because there's other ways we can go about this instead of going back to your old habits. You know, this is my job. I want to work with you, but I just need you to open up to me to let me know what it is that caused you to fall off, and see how she responds to that. You know, I think if you come at it from a very sincere standpoint, she should elaborate a bit more for you to understand why she's not, not interested.
She just said I did two of the workouts, and even with the modifications, it's too much for my wrist and my back.
Okay. I mean, that's where you get into, are there physical restrictions that she has and maybe she can't do it? Should she look at another program, 10-minute trainer?
Well, that's the reason why I wanted to physically meet with her at the office, so that I could see her range of motion and understand, where her concerns were coming from. But she didn't give me the opportunity to do that.
She just took it upon herself and bought it based on the excitement you expressed over the program. She just went ahead and bought it and didn't really investigate much into it. Is that right?
That's correct. And I personally didn't even think that she was going to, like I said, I was just more excited about, seeing the changes on her son, and then just kind of shared my own personal experience with the 21-day fix. And next thing I know, she ordered the kit.
Yeah. The sincere follow-up would be, the best suggestion I could give. And I'm happy to, talk more with you offline too. I'll see you over at the gym, and I'll see you Sunday. But thanks for sharing. It's a challenging one.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Deb, did you have something? Deb? Hold on, let me unmute. Okay, Deb.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Are you going to share, or is it somewhere in the back office, that commitment list? Because I got to say, that's something that I should have done and haven't been doing.
Yeah, it's not in the back. It's not in the back.
I definitely don't spend enough time in that area because I get excited about it.
Yep. It's not in the back office. However, it's a document that, and I was going crazy the last round of Coach Basics because I couldn't locate it either. Bob Lucido has it. Bob Lucido provided the link for me.
Can you get it?
In the last round, and I posted the link in the last round of Coach Basics, and it's driving me crazy because I can't locate it. Angela, do you know where it is? She does. Hold on. I got to unmute Angela real quick. Angela, go ahead. Do you know where it is? Because I remember you and I were trying to get it.
Yes, and I actually printed it.
Oh, okay.
I have it on my, Deb, if you give me your email address, I could send it to you.
Or can we post it?
I don't know how to get it off of our group, the last Coach Basics, or where it is under files or anything, but I did save it on my computer.
If you have it, Angela, you can just share the file on the Coach Basics page.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
So put it up. That'd be great.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
You got it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. Was there any other questions on the invitation process, guys? Anything? Okay. Let's see. Leslie, let me unmute. Hey, Leslie, go ahead.
Thanks. I had a question. Can you show us where the Ever Feel Like This link? I know you said it's in the back office.
You can go to YouTube also. Ever Feel Like This? Just say YouTube, Ever Feel Like This.
Okay.
It's all over.
All right. And I can just copy it and paste it and send it to my people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. Laura, hold on. Hey, Laura.
Hello.
Hey.
A lot of the challenges that I have in the invitation process is about Shakeology, and I'm doing Herbalife. I'm thinking about isogenics. Are there really good comparison charts that are accessible, that are not something I have to go search for?
Yes.
And I'm not talking about like comparing it to Starbucks.
I know. If you go, there's a binder. Did you ever see the Shakeology binder we created? If you go to the Coach Basics page, it's either Coach Basics or the Team Euphoria page, one or the other, under files, it has Shakeology binder. And the Shakeology binder has really fantastic comparison charts to Isogenics and Herbalife. It's got all the major nutrition products listed in a side-by-side comparison with Shakeology.
Okay.
It's part of that binder. It's one of the pages in the binder. The binder itself is really a phenomenal sharing tool. basically what we did is we compiled all what we felt to be all the best of Shakeology information that you could sit with a potential client and go through education on the product. And it includes those comparisons to some of those popular other nutrition programs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's always like they'll try it, but they'll say, well, it's not working for me. I'm not seeing results. I think I'm going to try Isogenics. Have you ever done it?
Yeah, at Shakeology, and this is another whole conversation, guys. Selling Shakeology is Hangout 3. We're going to spend a lot of time in Hangout 3 on how to sell Shakeology. And when you understand the product and the benefits of the product and the value in terms of the fact that it's a meal replacement shake, and you get people to really analyze what they're currently eating on a daily basis and what they're currently spending their money on, it's a very, I don't want to say it's easy, but it provides a nice pathway to get people to understand, wow, maybe I should be considering this. But with Shakeology, it really takes a good 3 to 4 weeks of daily consumption for the positive effects to be felt. It's not an overnight, oh my God, I feel incredible. 3 to 4 weeks of somebody drinking Shakeology daily usually is going to result in people reporting some positive things. And Beachbody's so sure of it that they provide that 30-day bottom of the bag guarantee that says that if you have a customer that drinks an entire bag of Shakeology over the course of 30 days and they don't feel any different, they can return the empty bag and they get a full refund. That's how convinced Beachbody is that people are going to feel the effects if they drink it every day for 30 days. So Laura, going back to, the person that you had, did she drink it for a full 30 days? That's the question. Or was it just, hey, I drank it for a few times and I don't feel any difference, so now I'm going to try something else?
No, she's had it for a month. She's actually had it 2 months.
Okay, and she hasn't felt anything?
And I don't see, that's the thing. I don't think I'm sure she has. It's the results that she was expecting to get from it. Whatever is in her head, or she's going to lose weight, I'm not quite sure. But whatever the result is that she had in her head that Shakeology was going to accomplish, apparently isn't accomplishing that.
And really, when that happens, guys, when you have somebody that's saying, I drank it and I don't really see the results, it's time to sit down and really talk to somebody about, let's look at everything else that you're eating throughout the day. Let's look at any exercise you're engaging in, if any. It's not Shakeology's fault. It's the person's fault. Shakeology is a tool. It's not a magic wand. It's a tool. But when it's used properly in conjunction with exercise and other healthy food, for the other parts of the day, it's incredible what it'll do for you.
Right. And it's whether or not the person is open to having that conversation, because I've gone down that path with her about what she's eating, and people think that they're eating healthy.
Yeah, right.
But, when you're looking at the 21-day fix and you count and you're looking at the containers and what goes in there, you kind of get a realization that it's not what you think is healthy. You might eat that whole big salad and it's just too many calories.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's hard to get. I eat healthy and they give you the whole list of things that they eat, and, there's only so much you can do to convince them that they're not eating right.
That's correct. There's only so much you can do. And then eventually, you know what? As much as I hate to say it, it does come a point where you go, I got to move on to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
You can only try so hard, and you lead a camel to water, but you can't make it drink. It's like, what more can you do? You move on. So, but yeah, just analyze everything else that they're doing. And because she'll go to Isogenics and she's not going to feel any different from Isogenics. It's going to be the same story with Isogenics. So, all right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys, anyone else? And I'll jump into some other stuff. Okay. So it's 9:09. So we'll go to 9:15. Bear with me. Let me just take a look at my notes here. Going back to one of the points that I made in the first Hangout, it's up to you to choose how much you want to engage in building a successful coach business. There's a lot of coaches, again, I talked about the levels. Some coaches, they just want to drink that Shakeology or get an occasional great fitness program for themselves at a 25% discount. Fantastic. Those are great coaches to have on your team. Then you have the coaches who not only do they want to get the discount for themselves, but periodically they might have a customer. So they'll go out and they'll talk to their friends, they'll talk to their family, and they'll get an occasional customer, which will generate a nice little commission for them. And that's great too. Another fantastic coach to have on your team. The level of business building is the level of recruiting coaches to your team. So I know that there's a lot of coaches who run into a roadblock. It seems like some coaches will start out and you're gangbusters, and it's like, oh my God, this is really happening. My team is growing. I've got coaches that have signed up and they're building their business, and it's exciting. And then all of a sudden it just kind of levels off, and you're going, I've exhausted my pipeline. Like, I have nobody else I can talk to who might want to become a coach. The number one people that become your coaches are your challenge group customers, the ones who get results, because when they get results, they are a product of the product. And that's one of the 3 vital behaviors that every one of us should be doing on a daily basis. You're a product of the product. You're inviting people every day to your challenge group, at least 2, and you're doing personal development for at least 10 minutes a day. But being a product of the product for a lot of people is the most difficult part, because it requires work and commitment to get results through exercise and nutrition. And shout out to Deb Shafran here, who is on the brink of being a diamond coach now. She just took her business to another level because she became such a product of the product, and she documented it. She took the pictures and she put the before and afters up there, and oh my God, she went from struggling to hit Success Club to blowing through it every month because she became an inspiration. She's a product of the product. So if you're somebody who's, trying to build your business and get people invited to your challenge groups, the number one way you're going to do it is you yourself are going through some incredible transformation in your health, your fitness, your body, whatever it may be, and you're sharing it. Laura, same thing. She's a diamond coach, and she signed on and she got involved with Ultimate Reset, and just the changes that she went through and she shared. And when you do that, people are like, oh my God, how did you do that? And it becomes, I'm now going to support you. I'll show you how I did this. I'll put you into my support group. So it's really important that all of us are doing that kind of thing. I feel fortunate for me, it's, I've walked the line of health and fitness for 25 years, and Body Pump and Body Combat have been a huge part of my life. So when that came into the Beachbody lineup, it was like, yeah, Pump and Combat, it's kept me healthy and fit, and it just got me dialed into this whole array of programs that I believe in, and I can share why I'm healthy and fit. I do these things. I drink Shakeology every day for 2 years now. I'm doing Insanity now with my wife, and it's like I'm keeling over breathless in the kitchen every morning. It's just an amazing program. So be a product of the product. But those people that get those results that you've supported, those are your number one candidates to become coaches. Shannon Price, same thing. Is she down here? Yeah, there she is. Shannon, Diamond Coach, same thing. Just, walking the talk, engaged in the programs, sharing her results. That is what's going to get people to want to join your group, because you're an example of what can happen when you follow the programs. Okay. Selling products here and there, that's all well and good, but it doesn't change the questioning that should be happening with people. To go out and just try to sell exercise programs to people without knowing what their needs are or what their goals are, it's the wrong way to go about it. Get to know people and what they would like to change about themselves, and then offer a solution. And let them know how committed or how serious you are about getting them results. Looking people in the eye with the utmost confidence and saying, come into my group. I'm going to get you that weight loss. Follow me and I'll take you to success. Be confident that you're going to do that for people. Instill that confidence in them. They'll believe you, they'll trust you. And then when they get the results, guess what? You have raving fans who are bringing referrals, who love the products, who are prime candidates to become coaches, and so on and so on. And, you know, beyond that, who else do you approach with this opportunity? Anybody in your life who might be struggling financially or is looking for a part-time job, or maybe somebody that is unhealthy or out of shape that really wants a change in their life. You know, coaches that come into this business out of shape, but then go down that path of incredible results and changes, they can become the most inspiring coaches out there. So share the opportunity with them. And you can do that, you know, and I know for a lot of you, it's challenging to talk about the business because you feel like, oh my God, they think I'm signing them up for some pyramid and it's multi-level marketing and people can't stand that stuff. Beachbody is a much different company, guys. It's this concept of these support groups and getting people healthy and fit. You know, it's a very organic way of growing where it's almost like the network marketing aspect of this thing goes right out the window when it's done properly. So, but if you want to share what is the business about, how does Beachbody support you, how does Beachbody give you free customers, share the webinar that was recorded, our last team webinar, which I know a lot of you have seen. Share that YouTube link, you know, or you yourself view it enough that you could share that dialogue with people yourself. Or if you want to reach out to me and do a 3-way call, we can do that. I'm happy to get on the phone with you and anyone else that you want to share the opportunity with and talk them through the moving parts. But this company is second to none with the support they provide. You know, and you get to that emerald rank, just sign up 2 coaches, get a couple family members, your spouse, anybody to get to that emerald rank so that you can kick in the customers. You get those free customers every week. And next week, we will also talk about not only Shakeology, but we're going to talk about the customer lead program. How do you work with these customers that Beachbody is giving you every single week? You know, it fuels your business and you can grow substantially. Okay. All right. The last document that I wanted to mention before we break would be tracking your business activity. So all of you, I know a lot of you you're engaged and you're doing stuff now, and it's very easy to lose track of what you're doing. It's very easy to lose track of the people you've spoken with and where they're at in the invitation process and how many customers you've sold this month and tracking your Success Club points, all these things that require a bit of administrative time. They have what's called the Business Activity Tracker. That's in your back office under Forms and Documents. Business Activity Tracker. It provides, and it's also in under the Files tab on our team page, but I'll verify that and make sure it's there. But the Business Activity Tracker provides a list of all the daily activities that you should be doing in that 1 hour of time you're putting into your business. If you're doing more than an hour, fantastic. But if you can commit to that 1 hour a day, the Business Activity Tracker lists all the behaviors that you should be engaging in to assure that you hit Success Club 5 every month and you grow your income every month. Just do those behaviors. So the Business Activity Tracker will help keep you organized in terms of who have you spoken to, where are they at in the invitation process. Document the conversations you've had with them so that when you diary yourself to follow up with someone, you know, what was the last thing I talked about with that person? Because the more people you talk about, the more you're going to forget. So you want to keep yourself organized using that document. And I know there's a lot of coaches who have taken that document and they've actually modified it. They've personalized it for themselves. So it's a good foundation to use, but go ahead and modify, tweak it if you want. All right. And I'll make sure it's on the page there under Files. The last point, when you have a coach that you've signed up, and that's happened several times in the past week, you know, we've got new coaches that have come onto the team. Fantastic. I've had several people contact me and say, hey, Don, I signed up a coach. Can you add them to the page? I can't add them to the page if I'm not Facebook friends with them. So it's your job to add them to the page. When you sign up a coach that you want to plug into the team page, you add them to the page, and then it gets approved as the administrator, I approve it. So what I do is somebody gets added, I make sure they're part of our team, and then I approve it. And then from there, you can extend a welcome to them. Welcome them to the team page, make them feel like they're part of something big. And if it's not the Team Euphoria page, well, then make sure you're welcoming them to some type of support team. There are coaches out there. Shannon Price has started Team Synergy. She's got her own team that's evolving now. And you yourselves, when you get to the rank of diamond, it's time for you to think about creating your own team. You're a leader in the business, and don't hesitate to create your own team. You can always use Team Euphoria, just like as Team Euphoria. Above Team Euphoria is Team Eternal Fit. And Team Eternal Fit is a wonderful organization that's above us. Collectively we're part of Team Eternal Fit. And then above that is Team Bearcat. So that's how you can frame it in your mind. Team Bearcat is the granddaddy right now that started 4 years ago by Bob Lucido. There's 10,000 coaches in Team Bearcat. And then sub-teams have evolved in Team Bearcat, Team Eternal Fit being one of them. On one of the legs of Team Eternal Fit now has evolved Team Euphoria. And then under Team Euphoria, we have Team Synergy, Team Trillium, Team New England. There's teams that are forming out there, and you can take it upon yourself to do that whenever you want. Okay, but I suggest that you kind of make sure you're ready to start doing your own Coach Basics groups and having your own offline meetings and so forth with your coaches, that you can confidently lead them before you let go of your upline support. Right? So I just want you to understand that moving forward. Welcome people to the page. You have to add them. I can't do it unless I'm Facebook friends with them. Okay? That's all I had for tonight, guys. And hopefully that's been really helpful. And please, questions or anything you want to add, go for it now. Nothing? All right. Let's see. Travis, cool, man. Hold on one second. Let me unmute you. Hey, bud, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? I do have a question, Don. How do you, if you have multiple persons interested in multiple different programs, how do you conduct a challenge group to fit their needs?
There's in your the section of challenge group guides, there's a multi-program challenge group guide.
Okay.
They actually created the multi-program challenge group guide about 6 months ago, because this is a very common thing that's happening. You're putting together your fitness support group, your challenge group, but you have different people with different goals and different needs and different experience levels that different solutions are going to work for. So it's like, well, how do I take somebody doing Slim and Six and somebody that's doing Insanity and somebody that's doing P90X3 and somebody that's doing Les Mills Combat and put them all in the same group? The multi-program challenge group guide enables you to do that.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
They still feel like they're part of something big. They're getting support of you. And here, I think Deb has something she can add to that. Go ahead, Deb.
Okay.
Well, it's actually a follow-up question, sort of a spin-off on that, is that what if you are running, say, for example, a P90X3 group, and like Laura Wood and I just finished it, we have some folks in there that are halfway through it that joined partway through, but then I've started selling it to some folks that are just getting it and going to start. So what do you do with the scheduling the posts? Because if you say week 1 for the new guy, that's not going to apply for the person that's the program.
I mean, you have to use your judgment, is my feeling. Like, you could start a new group, take the newcomers into a new group, or you do have some individual posting and blogging that you can do with somebody that's not on the team page. Like, they can be part of the bigger group overall, where there's a lot of camaraderie and sharing and, hey, I did my workout today, I loved it. And that alone is enough that people are getting that energy to keep them going. But when it comes to the details of their specific program, if it's not suitable to be posting, everybody's individual program, because it gets to be too much. Individually, you can be sending that to them. You can be emailing it to them. You can be sending it to them in a private message on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well,
it's a little more legwork, but it's
I'm speaking program specific. So within the same program, but at different times, periods, or progress throughout that program.
I haven't done that. And maybe Shannon, maybe you have. Can you elaborate on that? Here, hold on. Go ahead, Shannon.
Yes, I've done that a lot, actually. I'm running the two P90X3 groups right now, and there are a couple of people that are way behind because they were ill or they started late. So, but they're keeping up with the rest of us as far as posting what they're doing, because I'm encouraging them to do that. And so are all the other people in the group, which is fine. So sometimes I'll post what their workouts are and what the current level, like if we're on week 12, I'm going to post that. If somebody else is on week 7, I'll post that, because we have a couple of people doing that on week 7 right now. In my 21-day fix groups, I have 2 of those. Some of the ladies in that group are on their 3rd round of this because they love it so much. I had people that just purchased 21-day fix, and they said, can I get in that group because they have because it sounds like they have a lot of support going in that group. So yes, I said, sure, go on in that group. And they flourish because these other women are like, oh, come on in,
Yeah.
come in and sit down we'll have tea, is that kind of thing. And they love each other. So it's really fun, because then these ladies that have been doing this 2 and 3 rounds will help explain what's going on, and they'll say, now maybe you want to start with the 3-day Shakeology cleanse. That's what I did. And so it's like, I'm just letting them go. It's really it's good. They take action for each other, and they
fuel each other. They fuel each other and get excited for each other, and it helps everyone progress.
And then they decided that they're going to do Les Mills pump next. So there's 2 of them that already are in my pump group. So they talk about what they want to do next.
That's fantastic.
It is. It's fun.
That's great.
There's a definite value in the veterans being resources for the newbies. That's not just your coach talking.
Exactly.
That's why I want to keep that group rolling, because I think there's a lot of value in that, especially if some of those folks are going to do another round of say P90X3. They want to try the lean schedule after they did the classic schedule, and they have the experience of the program already.
Right. And they'll actually, if you have a couple of new people in there, tell them, say, I think I'm going to add you to the group that's already going, because they know what's going on. They'll help support you, but I'm there all the time if you have questions, and I'll post your workouts as well as their workouts. And they're always fine with that. People go, oh, good. Yeah. Because I don't want to do this by myself.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Shannon, I just want to say, Travis, you good?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Shannon, I was going to start writing a post today on our team page, but I'm just going to, instead of writing it, I was hoping you'd be on tonight. I just want to give you a shout out. Shannon Price, who lives in Iowa, she's a diamond coach. She's the most helpful coach on this entire team.
Aww.
You really are. I mean, like, it's just amazing. Anybody that's asking a question about anything, you're always like the first to chime in and give a great answer. And so just, huge kudos to you.
Oh, thanks.
You're so
everybody
helpful.
needs to be successful. Everybody needs to be successful. And I don't see any reason why, because as well as I do what happened when we first signed on a couple of years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody needs to search for something if I know where it is. I'll say, okay, it's right here. Go find it. And if you don't find it, tell me. I'll help you find it again. And I try to give specific directions on where a video is or where a form is, because why do you want to spend an hour looking for it? I don't, know.
Yeah, it's kind of like we've done the hard yards, and now it's like we don't want others doing those same hard yards. It really has changed. The game has changed so much, guys. For those that are relatively new, 2 years ago, this was a different animal. I mean, oh gosh, we were spinning our wheels, and we
were going like this, and everything was overwhelming. I was talking to Andrea, and Andrea was talking to you. And
I know.
I don't know what to do.
I know, and it was like we kept changing our game plan, but now it's just perseverance and persistence and education and self-development has led to what it is. Yeah. And so you guys are at a much better place starting out than we were. So it's great. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep asking the questions. Everybody can succeed in this, and this can become a very lucrative livelihood that's so rewarding. You're changing people's lives, and you're getting paid for it. It's the most rewarding thing in the world, and you own it. There's nobody to answer but other than yourself. You are your own boss in this thing. So if you can, get to a Super Saturday or Super Sunday event this weekend. They're very inspiring. But if not, there's always the future. And then the summit is the game changer. I'm telling you, it's a game changer when you go to Summit in Vegas. And I know that's a stretch for some of you, but if there's any way at all that you can swing it, this is going to be the biggest event they've ever had in June. And any expenses that you incur to attend that event is a tax write-off for your business. So keep that in mind too. All right, guys? I don't have anything else. We all good? Thanks a lot, as always, for being here. The Hangouts are great. I love the attendance. Keep the enthusiasm going on the page because it's getting a lot of other people fired up. And we'll see you next Wednesday at the same time. Take
Thanks,
care.
John.
Bye, guys.
Bye.